Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky. Good morning! Guess who's teaching class today?
It's Tater.
She doesn't drink coffee. I already tried.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Jana.
This is Tater.
This is Tater, and we are living lucky. Whoa.
Oh, sticky breath.
I just got a lucky little lick. A lucky lick.
Not me.
Please say good morning and let us know that you are here. Patrick is here. Good morning.
Good morning.
We are talking about lessons we've learned from our dog, because I'm just going to be real with you. My dogs, Sassy will always be in my heart. And Tater now is with us, have been my biggest spiritual teachers that I have ever known. Would you say that?
Great spiritual teachers.
I feel like they've taught me how to love unconditionally. I feel like they teach me how to be in the moment.
You put a dog and your wife in the trunk together for like an hour, open the trunk, and the dog is the only one that's happy to see you.
Hey, please say you will never do that. Please say you will never do that.
That's
although you did leave us in the camper that one time. He locked us in the camper. He said it was for our own safety.
It's your own
we
safety.
Couldn't get out.
There are crazy people in this camp.
In the camper or in this town?
Yep.
At any rate, how many of you have pets? And how many of you would say that you learn from them? Because I learn from my dog daily. I come in from that door and she is wagging her tail. She is so excited to see me.
So happy.
And the way she makes me feel, that's how I want to make other people feel.
So think about this.
Yes.
So you know how you're sometimes like Marcy.
Yeah.
We don't see Marcy for long periods of time.
Right.
I don't see Mike and Hugh for long periods of time. Our low maintenance friends.
Right. I'm going to get a little closer to you.
We see them again, and it's almost like our Tater when we come back from a trip. Its tail's wagging. It's excited to see. We pick up right where we left off.
Uh-huh.
And then we kind of get to talk about what's going on in life and things like that.
Right.
So, but we don't get clouded by the guilt of, where have you been? Why haven't you called? All these things. It's just immediately, I'm so glad to see
we're in the moment.
It's
we're
the
happy.
Love, it's the excitement.
And Marilyn
it's
even says animals are happy. They're just innately happy. They let go of all the guilt, the shame, the
grudges.
Right? They just let go of that. And they're like, okay, we're in the moment. Let's just be happy right now.
They accept you as you are.
Always.
Who you are.
It doesn't matter if I
extremely
smell,
loyal.
if I've been sick, if I haven't taken her out for a walk in a while. She's like, I love you.
No.
I think you are the prettiest and funniest and most loving person in the world. Okay, so
They will pick a favorite in the house.
She loves you too. We
She
go to
does love
bed
me,
every night.
but she will pick a favorite.
We've gotten into this ritual. It is so cute.
She will pick whoever has the most treats on her lap.
Tater actually goes over to Jason every night when we get in bed, and she has this way that she lays on him and she wants her belly rubbed, and it is so adorable.
She props up like I'm her lazy chair. like I'm her lazy boy, and she's like, plop, lay back. Like in my
You're her lazy boy.
I have to put my left leg up and let her lay back in the lazy boy and then rub her belly.
Okay, let me get to a few of these comments. Patrick says his dog's name is Blue. And Sheila says she has a cat, Skittles, who identifies as a dog, and she also has 6 chickens.
And who has 8 cows right now, but they're not pets, they're food.
Oh.
Moo.
There
goes Tater.
I love it. I just feel like there's so much we can learn. See, look, she knows it's showtime right now.
Yeah.
So she's putting on the glitz.
Yeah, and they play. When it's time to play, they play.
It's time
when
to
it's
play.
time to nap, it's nap time.
And she doesn't care who sees her. If she's drooling, if she
doesn't feel bad about it.
She doesn't feel bad. She's like, I'm tired.
When I say Tater's at nap time, she's like, she lifts her head up. She's like, yep.
She knows we're talking about her right now. Okay. See, look at her. Look at her go. She's got a little itch.
She doesn't care what angle you see her from.
She's like, it's all pretty. It is all beautiful. God made me the way I am.
Hey, Amy, good morning.
Amy says, I have a dog, 3 cats, and 1 chicken. Okay, so what have you learned from your dogs, cats, and 1 chicken? What have you learned?
What are we missing? What are we leaving out? Being curious. Tater loves to smell when we go out on walks.
Jason calls
and a
it
happy
pee
dog.
mail.
Yeah, go check your pee mail, Tater. Let's go check your pee mail. That's getting her excited. She's like, where? Are we going to check pee mail? And she loves to respond.
When we go around the pond, Jason says, check your pee mail. And it literally, she goes from one little hydrant
to the trees, to there's certain areas
She's
of
got
grass.
her areas.
She knows where her mail comes in.
She does. She knows exactly where Mr. Belvedere and
Blue. Do you ever notice sometimes in your neighborhood you remember the dogs' names, but not always all the neighbors?
Oh, you know what? Yesterday.
Or in the dog park, you know all the dogs' names, but not all the people?
Yesterday, I came across a website, and it's a group, and it's for dogs who look like their owners, or it's for owners who look like their dogs. And isn't that so true? Like you go around and you kind of start identifying.
That's how quickly we're evolving. I'm just kidding.
You start identifying your neighbors as to whose dog or which dog, and then you kind of start putting that. You're like, oh yeah, I see why they chose that dog.
Well, if you want to look better, get a better looking dog. If you want to get thinner, get a thinner dog.
I wonder if that works.
I don't know.
Well, think
about it. A lot of people
it.
run into the shelter today to get thinner dogs.
Like you would, like I would never go get a big dog that needs to be running every single day. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that would be way too high maintenance for me.
Yeah,
it really would.
Well, you don't want to have to always be on the brakes or have one hand on the
right. Like I don't want to go get
pulling sideways. Like
I don't. What are those big boxer dogs or whatever they are?
A full size lab because that lots of energy. Like watching Susie run.
Right. That like
Harley.
wears me out. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Like
that would be too much for me.
Susie's lean back. I mean, that's like Marmaduke. Lean back, holding the leash, and the dog is like full force, ready in a full harness, just like I'm ready. Take on the world.
I'm just gonna be real. I need a low maintenance. And this might be a little narcissistic, but
let it out.
I need a dog that
we're all friends here.
That can kind of take care of. I need like a self-maintaining dog. Like Tater kind of takes care of me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, so that's another thing that we learn from dogs also is empathy. Dogs, for some reason, and maybe cats too. We've never had a cat because I'm allergic, but dogs seem to know.
They do. Whenever I start crying or whenever I'm sad, she'll come over and start licking my tears immediately. Immediately. She just knows. And in fact, sometimes I will be in a conversation with God, and I will literally be right at the moment where I feel like I'm starting to get a download. Like I'm like right at the moment where I feel like God is starting to talk to me, and Tater will come over and she'll be like, "What's going on? What's going on?
What's he saying? What's God saying?" You gotta tell me.
No, it's true though. She can feel the energy. She can feel what's happening.
Is he saying to give me another treat? Because I think that's what he's probably saying.
But I do feel she is so in tune and so she's connected. She's plugged in. But think about it. So I was thinking about this morning. I really feel that dogs are wise, and I feel that dogs do have a little more of a metaphysical gift. And the reason I was thinking this, and tell me if I've gone crazy, but I was thinking about it. If I died and for some reason somebody said you could be reincarnated, I would say I want to come back as Jana's dog.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you want to come back as
Jana's
a dog? That would be a great life.
That would be a great dog.
So I think that might be why they're so wise. Is they've lived before. They've been here
but
before.
You definitely want to come back as a Jana's dog or someone's dog that's in our crowd. You don't want to come back as some of the dogs probably that we saw in Nicaragua.
Oh, that's true. Although you said those dogs in Nicaragua were very, very smart because they were walking the streets, scrapping for food, and they weren't getting run over.
They were walking
They were
right
literally
down
walking
the center of
in the middle of the street
of a 4-lane highway. I mean, it's there had to be a lot of dogs, and these are the survival of the fittest. Like, this is the dogs that they filmed the movies about.
And they knew exactly where the trash cans were, how to scrap for food. It was a little sad. It was a little sad.
Yeah. So there's sides of everything, but I think you can learn a lot. You can learn a lot from nature in general, but just you can watch things and pull very important pieces of life lessons out of almost anything when you slow down and pay attention to it.
Okay. Dogs are supposed to be wild, but that's another TED Talk. Oh, speaking of TED Talks. Oh, I just snorted. I've got a lot of work to do, and tomorrow is the big day. Tomorrow and Saturday. Jeff Front says Tater, and Marilyn says reincarnation. Yeah, I brought up a topic that I really know nothing about, so I probably shouldn't even go there. My cats are waiting by our bedroom door, ready to be fed where I get up. Isn't that such a nice feeling? Don't you just feel like love? I think animals are just full of love, and that's what I love.
And Michelle says, I have a dog for unconditional love and a cat to remind me of my place in the universe. Cats.
That's good.
Cats.
That is good. Yeah, cats kind of have this air about them.
Yes.
Right? Well, we've never been cat people, and I don't know why. But mostly because they make us sneeze.
Yeah. And make
my eyes itch. Yeah. Anyway, I wasn't a dog person until I met Jason.
They're about to breed cats with poodles, so they don't have dander and they don't.
Really?
No.
Oh. I was like, I might be interested in that. I literally, though, was not a dog person at all until I met Jason. And he came home one day, and I'll just tell the story really quickly. He said one of my clients came into the store, and this dog ran over to me, and she needs to get rid of her dog. And so I said, yes, we'll take it. And we had just...
The story gets better every time.
...gotten engaged. Like, we had just gotten engaged. And I was like, no, you have a fiance now.
Say yes
you
to a
can't
dog
just
without prior approval.
You have a fiance. We need to consult about this.
You can't have a baby without me.
Right? And he said, I asked questions. I was like, well, what kind is it? And he said, well, it's a cockapoo. I'm like, a cockapoo?
No poo in my house.
And he tried to Google images, and he couldn't find any cute.
Back then, Google was not a good.
He could not find any cute pictures, and I was like, And I'm like, well, what's its name? And he said, Sally. I'm like, Sally? I don't want a dog named Sally. And
no offense, Sally. We love the name Sally.
I was thinking all she wants to do is drive around Sally.
Sally.
And I'm like, we're gonna be singing that for the rest of our lives.
Yes.
And the next thing I know, he said, well, I told the woman that we would meet the dog tomorrow morning. She's coming to the house. I was like, oh my gosh, Jason. And so the dog comes over the next morning, immediately jumps up into my lap.
Love it, first lap.
And I was sold. And the dog's name was Sassy, which
jumped into her lap and
the
just looked into her eyes.
Little
and said,
name.
I love you, Jana.
And I just absolutely fell in love, and the rest was history. So it was great. And the reason the woman had to...
But then she cried when Faye left.
And we'll tell that story at another time, because that one will make you...
Sassy cried.
Oh! Oh, all right.
Torn between two worlds.
Love you guys. Dogs, dogs, dogs.
Yeah. Watch your dog, watch nature, keep living lucky. We'll see you in the morning.
Bye-bye.
If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.